Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
I come from a background in engineering and digital content creation. This gave me a unique lens for building systems at scale. I launched this YouTube channel as a faceless automation business so I can focus on high-performing evergreen niches like the off-road and military vehicles. From day one, I treated this business like a product, analyzing what drives engagement, testing thumbnails and titles, and building a team to handle scripting, editing, and thumbnails. Since then, I've built internal standard operating procedures and workflows so the channel will run with minimal hands-on involvement, which averages anywhere from 6 to 8 minute average viewer durations and a 5 to 8% click-through rate. So most of the traffic comes from YouTube's recommendation engine, not SEO, and this speaks volumes to the content's resonance. At its peak, this channel was earning roughly about $3,400 with strong CPMs due to the niche and length of video. I find having a longer video increases those CPMs significantly as viewers start to watch the video much longer. And I'm selling this now to focus on my next project and to give a new owner a turnkey asset with proven systems and a clear upside.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
I'm selling this channel because it served its purpose in my life and acted as a proof of concept to build a profitable, faceless automation business in a competitive niche. It's now a stable, systemized asset with recurring revenue. I'm ready to free up time and capital to pursue a new opportunity that aligns better with my long-term vision. The foundation is strong, team is in place, monetized and growth ready, so it makes more sense for someone else to scale it while I shift my focus onto my next project.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
The channel is pretty much automated. My role is really mainly strategic oversight and quality control. On average, I spend about 2 to 4 hours per week doing the following. So I'll review the final videos before uploading. I approve the thumbnails and titles. I occasionally refine scripts or video structures to align with the trending formats, and uploading and scheduling the content and writing optimized descriptions. So all the content creation, scripting, editing, and thumbnails is handled by a reliable team. I've documented workflows and built repeatable processes so a new owner could either stay hands-off or lean into aggressively scale.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
If I were to keep the business, I'd focus on monetizing the audience more deeply and expanding the brand just beyond the AdSense specifically. So what this includes is double down what currently works by creating more of the high-performing video formats and exploring spin-offs within the off-road/military niche, as these are my core audience base. I'd build out an e-commerce arm selling niche relevant swag, mugs, shirts, posters that appeals to machine enthusiast audience already engaged with the content. I'd add affiliate revenue by integrating links to gears, tools, or vehicle modifications featured in the videos, which fits the niche pretty naturally. And then I would launch a newsletter or digital products like PDF guides to rare machines or buyer's guides for off-road mods to build out an email list and create another income stream. So this channel has a strong foundation and an engaged niche. These are pretty much the logical steps that a new owner could implement immediately or scale gradually depending on their background.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
So the main risks are typically of any faceless YouTube channel automation business. First is the platform dependency. So since the revenue is tied to YouTube, changes in the algorithm, monetization policies, or content guidelines could impact views or income. That said, the channel has avoided risky content and leans into evergreen topics that consistently perform well. The second one is content saturation. The niche is competitive, so staying ahead requires continuous testing of titles, thumbnails, and video angles. I've built repeatable systems for this, but it still requires some strategic thinking to maintain momentum. The third one is team management. While the channel is automated, quality depends on maintaining a reliable team. But to mitigate this, I've documented workflows and can assist with the handoff, but a new owner will want to ensure those relationships stay intact or be ready to hire replacements if needed. These are manageable risks, especially with the systems and content library already in place. For someone familiar with YouTube or automation, it's a solid low-lift asset.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
I'm happy to offer full support during the transition, so that'll include a month of post-sale support via email or video calls to ensure that the buyer is fully onboarded. I'll hand off all of the standard operating procedures, templates, and team contacts so they can hit the ground running. Training on my workflows, how I source topics, prove content, optimize titles or thumbnails, and manage the team. If needed, I'm open to extending support beyond that on a consulting basis, but most buyers should be able to operate the channel confidently with the systems I've already built.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
I'm aiming for a full upfront payment and not pursuing an earn-out structure. The channel is already profitable, runs with minimal input, and comes with documented systems and a trained team, so it's well positioned as a turnkey asset for the right buyer.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
I think this business is worth buying because if you're looking for a turnkey digital asset in a defensible niche with reliable revenue and multiple growth ladders, this channel checks every one of those boxes. So from an investor operator perspective, this is why it's worthy of serious consideration. I've had strong performance metrics on this channel. It averages from $1,500 to $3,400 in AdSense so far, with minimal active management. Engagement metrics are pretty solid, 5 to 8% click-through rate and 6 to 8 minute average view durations, driven by a highly targeted content and optimized publishing process. Systemized and scalable, so all core operations are handled by a vetted team, scriptwriter, video editor, thumbnail designer. I have standard operating procedures and workflows in place, making it an ideal handoff for buyers or agency-style portfolio operator looking to scale. There are multiple monetization upsides. Clear paths to 2 to 3 times growth exists through increasing the publishing frequency, launching branded merchandise, so an e-commerce brand, adding affiliate partnerships through gears, tool, modifications of vehicles, building a newsletter or a digital product funnel. And this is an evergreen enthusiast niche. So the off-road military machines content has high replay value, strong international demand, and favorable CPMs. This is a niche with staying power, not a short-term trend. So in summary, you're acquiring a lean, profitable media asset with both lifestyle business appeal and brand building opportunity.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.